Alright everybody, what is going on? This is Trey, aka CanTreGame, and welcome back to another Texas Chainsaw Massacre video. Now, this game has been out for 4 days, and after 4 days, I've been seeing a lot of things go on, and I think it's time to make a tier list video. Now, I'm not gonna be able to pull up a chart to place the picture characters, on the S tier or whatever, but just here with me, it's gonna be like a classic. I'm gonna talk about it. We're gonna hover over the characters, but I played the game enough to get a general idea of who's the best and who's the worst on Survivor and Killer. So, and then I'll talk about who I think needs buffs and who I think needs nerfs. So without further ado, let's get into that right now. If you enjoy this content, be sure to like, comment, subscribe. We stream every Tuesday on Thursdays on YouTube, sometimes on Twitch. And there's going to be a lot of Texas Chainsaw Massacre content on the channel. So let's get into it. So we're going to start off with survivors, or the victim. I don't think anybody will disagree when I say this, but Connie is the best victim on the team. Having the highest efficiency is insane. Her ability to be able to almost instantly pick a lock at the cost of her stamina and not being able to sprint for a while is a very powerful ability. It has a strong cooldown to it, but it is well worth it, especially if you're going for the bat gate or the car battery gate. If you got the team with you, you can kill a lot of hassle. So where she excels at the most is unlocking things. And I think to play Connie optimally, you should be trying to open as many things as possible because she's the best at it. It keeps your team alive longer. When you have to go back down to the basement, the doors should be unlocked because you're playing Connie. That's what she should be good at. So I don't think I really need to explain that one too much. But optimal Connie gameplay, like I said, going for the toolbox as much as possible. Always having those lock picks and unlocking everything. You will save your team a lot of hassle. You will be rushing those objectives. People won't be getting stuck to lock picks because Connie's doing her job. And the insta lock can save so many people's lives when you're rushing a car battery, trying to get that gate open, and like 3 family members are chasing your team, and you just pop the building and get out. It is very beautiful. I've had 5-minute games with Connie because of doing what I just did. Again, when it comes to the basement, get those doors open. If only Leatherface is down in that basement, you need to be getting those lock picks. You need to be unlocking those basement exits to give your teammate a lot more exit routes. You don't have to open the door because it makes noises, but freeing up the basement is very big for your team survival. And when you get to the main house, unlock as much as possible. Now, when you're in the basement, the time I would say the best time to bounce from the basement is when another family member comes down there. If you're dealing with Leatherface, you can spend some time. Someone else should be taking the aggro from the killer. Then I'll get into who that is when I get to the next character. But the moment the second family member comes down there, that's when everybody needs to book it. So by then, Connie should be having everything unlocked. But that is why I think she's the best. Now, if you look at the stats I have on her, I'm running endurance or proficiency because, again, getting stuff done quick is very vital to your team's success. Being able to lock multiple things quick is very vital to your team's success. And having endurance, being able to recover your stamina quicker, for me at least, is because, if I'm going to be moving around a lot of locking stuff, I need my stamina to come back quick enough for me to move fast as I need to get stuff done. I was running stealth so I could do stuff quieter, but in all honesty, I'm going to be honest with you, stealth is probably the worst ability you can go for. And keeping your stats at 40 is honestly the best for me. It's like when stuff starts becoming efficient, so try to get stuff to 40 and leave it at there. But if you have points, put in something else. But yeah, that's basically what I got to say about Connie. I don't think anybody's going to disagree with me. I think everybody thinks the same thing with her being the best survivor, especially with her ability. But then we're going to get into number 2, who I think is the second best, and that is actually Leland. I think, personally, Leland should be the second best survivor on the team. But the way people play Leland, I feel, is very, very flawed. A lot of people, when you play Leland, they tend to shoulder tackle anything in sight. Like, it could be you're in the basement, get Leatherface, and you want to shoulder tackle him. Or it could just be Sissy in your way, you just shoulder tackle her. You're not in any immediate danger. Nobody's in trouble. You just want to shoulder tackle because you feel like it. No. 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 Let me tell you how you should be playing Leland, all right? And I will tell you exactly why he is a top dog of the team. He is a must, and why he is the second best currently. The way you play Leland is he is meant to be a bodyguard for your team. So, for example, if you go back to the Connie example, she's trying to pick stuff, make it easier for people to get out, not have a hassle trying to unlock doors because she's on her job doing what she needs to do. Your job as Leland is you need to be Connie's bodyguard. You know what I'm saying? If she's trying to pick something and someone like a hitchhiker or a sissy or anybody other than Leatherface, because he can't really knock Leatherface on the ground, he can make him stumble, but he can't knock him on the ground. Your job as Leland, you need to be fighting the family off. I mean, he's not going to do too good against multiple family members because he only has one shoulder tackle. But imagine someone trying to pick a lock, and now a hitchhiker's there. You can shoulder tackle him and let her finish that lock, so you both can run probably through the back exit or something like that. Also, if you look at his strength, what strength does in this game is it makes the mini games for like struggling with family members with the bone pick a lot faster. And if you sneak attack a family member, they get stunned longer. So another example of how playing Leland works is if somebody's in the basement against Leatherface or just getting chased by John or something like that, and they're like about to die, you as Leland need to be protecting your team, searching, like if they're in danger to call it out. You need to be asking where they are, get there, and you better have a shoulder tackle or a pocket knife ready. If somebody's being chased by a, let's say like Sonny's being chased by a sissy or something like that, and you see it going on, you better be trailing behind sissy like immediately. Like if she's chasing Sonny, you need to be chasing her. The moment you catch up to her from behind, you need to stab her. You need to give your teammate a chance to get away. So that is how you play Leland. You be a bodyguard for your team. Having that shoulder charge handy when it comes to objectives, give your team the time they need to get it done, giving your team a chance to get a health when they're being chased by a teammate. It's very life-saving and crucial. Now, Leland sucks at lockpicking stuff, so that might be a downside to him being able to... he's probably not going to be the one you rely on to get you out of the basement. Hopefully you have a Connie or someone with a lot of proficiency at that point. I mean, you could up his proficiency stats, but the way I would go about playing Leland is getting his toughness up. And you can max out his strength, or you can put in his endurance. So I would give him a lot of toughness. So he could take a lot more hits and be a lot more effective. And that would I'd honestly give him endurance, so that he can gain his stamina quicker and give chase if someone's in danger. Like, Leland is the guy you want to get the bone picks. You want Leland to have them so that he can save people's lives. That's his job. He's to protect the team. He is to shoulder charge people and doing objectives or trouble. He is to stun killers when someone's in danger. There's been a match where I was watching a Connie be chased by a Leatherface, and she let out the scream that she was one tap from death. I was right up there on the set of stairs in Leatherface's basement. The moment he ran past me chasing her, I got right behind him and stabbed him in the back. Connie was able to get away, and he was stunned for a very long time. But that is how you play Leland. And I feel like an optimal team of Lelands are doing that and not just wasting their shoulder tackles in useless situations. He can be the difference between your team escaping or not. Leland, like if it comes down to it, if I have any teammate following me, any character following me, I want to be Leland. If I am to trust any character to get me out of a sticky situation, I'm trusting Leland. So like, and playing with a good Leland is super beneficial. That's the character you want on your team when you're in danger. He can save your life. Now, the only other time I recommend using a shoulder charge if it's not for a teammate is obviously if you're like in trouble. Like if it's the last resort and you're about to die and some stuff, or you're just cornered and being cornered by 2 family members and it can mean your death, then yeah, shoulder charging one of them might be your best option survival. If you're going to die, then turning around and doing quick shoulder charge to buy yourself a little more time to get health might be beneficial then. I can see it then, but other than that, use that to protect your team, man. Like, let people get objectives done. Like, buy them as much time as you need to be. You need to be a nuisance to the killers. You want to be shadowing Connie. You want to be shadowing someone low on HP. You want to give them as much time as possible to get stuff done so that you can get out. And that is why I think Leland is the second best. So then we'll go into who I think is the third best survivor, or victim as you call it. And that is Ana. I think Ana should be the third best. And if I'm being honest, I think Ana and Leland, I think they're almost interchangeable. Her toughness is where she shines. Ana is the tank of the group. She can take a lot of damage. And with her ability, she basically becomes immortal. So what her ability does, for people who don't know, is her ability makes it so that she takes less damage. And how much less damage? There you go, right there. She takes about, I think, probably about 60 to 65, somewhere around there. It's under 70%. So if you're in danger, for example, you could pop the ability and the damage reduction multiplier is huge. Especially with her toughness, she's already taking less damage to other people. She can take some hits to keep going, but popping the ability, like, you're basically immortal. Especially if you not even get into stuff like running perks, increasing her toughness and her strength, or her toughness and endurance. She's quite a nuisance. Now the reason she's third is because, like, again, I feel like, and this is the problem I have with a lot of Ana players, I don't think anybody out there right now, as far as I've seen, is using her correctly. Granted, she is a hard survivor to use correctly. I've been started playing with her yesterday. I can see why people die in the base immediately. Because, for one, she is not the survivor you're going to want to rely on to open doors, because her proficiency is terrible. Like, it's not even worth putting it into those points. You could probably get up to level 40, but honestly, those points are they're better in doing something like maxing out her toughness and getting her endurance up, or toughness or strength. Her toughness has always got to be up. Like, always get that up. And then it's either strength or endurance. I would go endurance because it's just being able to run and recharge faster, or maybe be able to protect your teammate or be a bodyguard for your teammate is important, right? So basically, the way you play Ana correctly is I kind of just gave it away. She's another bodyguard for the team. Now, she's also really good at surviving at the end of the game. Like, she is great. If you're the last one left, yeah, she's the character you want to be. She is the character you want to be, because so you can take a lot more hits and stamina, like, use your ability still. You have a lot of time to play with if you're Ana. So her being a tank, like, your chances of surviving by yourself if the last one left or everybody else escaped it's best with Ana. But the way I feel like people should play her is again, like, in the bodyguard role, right? So say, for example, with Leland's situation, if somebody is being chased, right, and they're getting hit, and you have your endurance or whatever, you're able to get in front of the killer, you want to be, like, taking the damage. Use your ability if you have to. You don't want to die, but just imagine a situation where, like, someone's running to the gate and there's like 3 family members behind them, right? You want to be following behind that person, and you want to use that ability. Use that ability, take all the damage, shield your team, get in the way of attacks, take it, because with your ability, you the damage is so minuscule. Not even Johnny's damage is pathetic. And Johnny hits hard. Johnny's damage is pathetic against Anna when her ability is active. Now granted, her ability takes a long time because it's so good. If it was fast, it'd be broken. But that's kind of how you play her. You're basically playing Leland in a sense, except you don't have the shoulder tackle. The reason I put her, like I said, they're interchangeable, but the reason I put her third is because, like, her ability is a little harder to use. Like, Leland's a lot better at protecting people. Because, you know, trying to bodyguard for somebody, falling behind them when the family's in the way is a lot harder than, you know, hitting a shoulder tackle and running away. It's a lot more consistent with Leland. But the reason I think it's also, like, I could see her one day taking second spot, if you ask me tomorrow, is because, unlike Leland only gets one shoulder charge. So you can only stop one family member. You can't hit all of them. Whereas Anna, she can guard 3 people. She can guard the whole family if she wants to. If 3 people up there hit one person, she can take all of it. It's a lot more consistent. But the issue is, like, with that is, although she can take more damage from multiple people and possibly be a bigger shield than Leland ever could, at the end of the day, she's not really getting the danger off you per se. Like, Leland's going to deny it. He's going to knock him on the ground and give you time to run away. He's going to stun him. Anna's just, she's still being chased. I mean, she's the killer. Like, the family is still on her, basically. But the best time to pop the ability, like I said, is in scenarios where let's say you escape the family house, you're running down the road, the generator's kicked, and everybody didn't make it. You need to basically body block. Like, she is the guard, like body block, basically. If somebody's running through a doorway, right, you need to get in front of that doorway and stand still. Like, be a stone, don't move. Like, if someone ran through a doorway and they're going upstairs, you need to be right behind them, stand in front of that door for a little bit, like maybe 5 seconds or so, block the family member for chasing after them. You want to be annoying, basically. You need to be playing all-star defense. Get in the way, make it hard, like be a roadblock, be a nuisance. If they're running there was literally a game actually where I was playing with Leland, I was playing a friend and the Julie, right? Got the water valve exit open. They're running for the water valve through the garden. Hitchhiker is literally about to kill Julie. She's on 1 tap. I turn around, get behind Julie, activate the ability, Hitchhiker slashing me, and ain't doing nothing, and Julie's able to get out because I'm playing the defense. So basically, that's how it's gonna be. You got to be body blocked with Anna, and it can be a good Anna is super annoying for the family to deal with. It can be very annoying. Now again, if you're playing with teammates that die in like 8 seconds, then she's the character you also want to be when the last one left. Now, you aren't going to be doing something like fixing, like, her proficiency sucks. You aren't going to be picking the gates for the front or the back escape. If you're the last one left, you're definitely going to be turning the water valve, or you're going to want to be kicking the generator. Because she does have decent strength. So she can get those done a lot. She can kick the generator a lot faster than other characters because of her strength. And the water valve doesn't really require a lot of lock picking, minigame, or anything like that. So, you know, your exits are limited as Anna, and the same thing with Leland because they're not very smart or proficient. Your exits are limited, but that's why these characters are very, like, you know, bodyguard-esque, which is what they're meant to be. But if you're able to get those things, they're the best at it. I mean, you have a fighting chance if you're these characters, basically. But that's how you play Anna. Like I said, defense, Hall of Fame defense. Don't let the killer get by. They run through a door, block it. Someone take a damage, get in the way of the damage, and pop your ability, take hits. If it's the best, and if it's multiple family members, definitely use your ability. Definitely use your ability. Yeah, you don't want her to, even with her toughness at high. At the highest, she will still, like, get hurt pretty bad against 3 family members. Using your ability, you can last a whole lot longer. And with endurance, you can keep moving. And imagine you break out of the family's exit, right? Out of the front house of the family, right? And you're running down the street to get to the exit, and the generator's off. Imagine being trailed by 3 family members, and you're running, and you run out of endurance. But your toughness is up. Hopefully, you have your toughness and endurance up, because that's how I would run her. And you're almost about to die, right? Or you're close to dying, and then you use your ability and you're just able to make it because you have your endurance up, you're running longer, and your toughness up, you're taking less damage, and you use your ability and you're taking even less damage. It's probably a guaranteed escape. No, it is a guaranteed escape. But yes, that's how you play Ana. It's pretty annoying. Like, at least when I play with her, when I do it like that, I can see how it can frustrate the killers. it's pretty annoying. Like, you buy your teammates time, though you're not gonna be you're not gonna be able to get the killer off. You're gonna have to be a little more clever about how you do it with Ana. Like I said, like body blocking. If it's like a one-way entrance and you block it off the killer, that's like the only way you can really get the killer off the teammate. But outside of that, only Leland will be able to stop him at any point during the game. But yeah, that's why I think Ana's third. And again, these characters could definitely switch. But the reason I spend such time on Ana is because, again, a lot of Ana players aren't good with her. They don't play her like that. A lot of Anas I see, they're 9 times out of 10 dying in the basement immediately. And that's, again, because she's hard. Again, because you can't really just get a lot pick and break out of it. She's too slow at it. She's terrible at it. So you kind of got to allow your teammates to open stuff. But even then, like, you shouldn't be down in the basement. Like, if you get caught by Leatherface, at the very least, you should use your ability. And that's to give you time to get to a crawl space or a crevice or slam a door on them and stun them. Like, you shouldn't be dying in the basement to Ana, man. You're too valuable to be dying, right? Just as Leland, bro. Like, Leland should not be dying. He's too good for the team to survive. Now for the character who I think is the fourth character. And if you'll notice, it's going in order. Literally left to right, because the fourth best survivor, in my opinion, is Sonny. Now I remember day one, and even I was on this train too. Everybody said Sonny was the worst survivor. Negative. Sonny is a great survivor when it comes to teamwork. Because what does the ability do? His ability, first of all, I think his ability comes back faster than any other victims on the game. His ability recharges faster than any of them. And I think he got the short end of the stick because of his passive nature. Like, his ability is very passive. So what he does is you prop it and he can kind of scan the area, right? He can sense family members and I think even teammates. But the important part is sensing family members, and they just show up as like white little sound notifications around the map, so you know where and where not to go with Sonny. He also has a lot of endurance, so he can run a lot longer and get his stamina back a lot faster than other characters. And with the strength, he can stun the killer or the family a lot longer than other characters. So while we're on the character, I think the hate for him came from him being, like, his ability being passive. Like, you know, like, I think people hate him because he's not Leland. He can't shoulder charge the people off of him, or he's not Ana, he can't take stuff, or like Connie, he can't just pick locks immediately. He's just, I see where they are, let me not go that way. Let me navigate my surroundings, decide what my play is. I think the problem with him is, like, and his toughness is also bad. So when he gets hit, he is dying. Like, he is not taking any damage at all. It's terrible. But he can run for a long time. So trying to catch Sonny's can be a pain in the ass. If he keeps getting to the crawl spaces, slamming doors, going through crevices, and he can run longer than a lot of the killers. Like, his stamina is longer than a lot of the killers out there. It's gonna be hard to catch a Sonny who knows what they're doing. And if he's able to sense where you are constantly, then he can literally just run away from you, like, easily. It's really hard to catch Sonny, right? But the main benefit of his power is the fact that he can, again, sense where people are, mainly the family. And what a lot of people don't know, his ability here, is that if you get it to level 3 and it's all knowing, he literally knows it's literally outlined. Like, the killers, like, are red, some survivors are blue. It's not even a blurb anymore. It's not like a little blurb from the map anymore. You know exactly who's who and where they're at. This is super important. Imagine you're playing with a good team. Whoops. Imagine you're playing with a good team, right? And let's say Connie here is trying to figure out when it is safe to go for the back gate, something like that. Sonny pops ability. Oh, hey, they're all downstairs on Ana, or they're all downstairs on Julie. Hey, go get that. Go pick the lock. You're safe. Or they're picking a lock. You scan the area. Oh no, all 3 of them coming. We gotta go. The information is constant. You, with Sonny on the team, you should feel safe to do any objective. He's giving the heads up. Like, he can even track Sissy. Sissy she makes no noise. Like, She doesn't give you an alert or anything. So she can sneak up on you and start slashing. Sonny can track that. Like, hey, I'm picking the lock up in the basement. Oh, wait a minute. Johnny's coming. You gotta go. Or, hey, I sense a bunch of people downstairs. Go get that, kick the battery now. Or, hey, they're coming up. We need to disappear. We need to go. He's giving you all the information. He's basically the cook, but for survivors. He's giving you all the intel. He's making you feel safe and secure. And that is very important on a team. That it basically keeps consistency going, information all the time. Nobody's afraid of getting caught off guard as long as Sonny is making the call outs. Now, to be effective with it, you're going to have to play with game chat. Or you can be self-tweeting on your own. It helps you too. It helps you too. Like, cause think about it like this, right? You can use it for the team, like I just said. That's the best way to use it. But now think about this: someone gets an exit open, the water valve's open, or they got the basement open, they're doing the back lock, right? And you're trying to see where they are or where they're about to escape from. Use your ability. You see who's doing what. Okay, I need to run that way so I can be there to escape when they escape. Ever had those moments where someone escapes, you don't know where? Nah, with Sonny, they get the backyard, they get the back exit open. You pop the ability. I'm coming. I'm on my way. Hold on before you open the gate and escape. Let me get there first. Maybe I can direct other people there and we can all get out. Or at least I'm getting out because I know where they're at. Or if someone's getting chased by a hitchhiker or something like that, use your ability. You can see where they're getting hit at. And you can maybe say, hey, Leland, they're right over there. Go get over there and protect them. Or at the very least, I know that's where I don't need to go. Otherwise, I'm going to die. So Sonny is very important to the team, especially level up his ability. Level that up. That's super important. Like, Sonny is, I feel like he's very undervalued. I feel like a lot of people don't know how to use him because people aren't good at giving information. But he's not the worst character. All right, that honor goes to Julie and everybody who watches my videos here and there, whether you're new or not. You know I love this character to death. You know I play her, but unfortunately Julie is the worst. And why? The thing is with Julie is I don't know what she's supposed to be useful for team-wise. Like she's all about stealth, not making any noise. But even then, like, stealth is probably the worst stat on the game, right? First of all, I think number one is proficiency. Getting stuff done is like the most important thing. If it wasn't, Connie wouldn't be the best character in the game, right? We all know how important proficiency is. You want to get stuff done as fast as possible so you can get out of there. But then after that, I think the second most important stat is endurance. Being able to run longer, just stamina long. You can run for a longer time, tire out less, avoid the family longer, buy your teammates more time. Third, I would say is either it depends between toughness or strength. I would probably go strength to fight off the family, then maybe toughness fourth. But either way, nobody's arguing proficiency being the best stat. I think everybody could solidly say that endurance would be second, but stealth is literally the worst. There's, like, what's the point of it? Everybody when you get in the basement, a lot of YouTubers you see, they're just plowing through the toolbox to make all the noise in the world, flinging open doors. You're gonna make noise anyway. That's stealth doesn't stop that. All stealth does is if you get level 50, you just, when you're rummaging through stuff, right? It the sound meter at level 50, it doesn't go up at all. Or if you get a level 40, it goes up very slowly. But I mean, if you're gonna get caught, you're gonna get caught. And you want to get out as soon as possible. Of course, spend time opening the exit. Please, people, spend your time opening the basement exits. Stop opening one exit and running, because you're getting us killed if you try to go back down and the door's blocked. Connie, please. That should be Connie's job, opening the basements. Or if not, somebody get those doors open, man. You don't want to run into dead ends. But the point is, stealth isn't that important. The only thing stealth does is, like, the only way I've been able to make it work, as you can see, is at first I was pairing proficiency and stealth together so that I could go through stuff quicker without making a lot of noise. But even then, it's like, I'd rather go endurance. I want to run longer. I want to evade the family longer. Like, stealth is just terrible. And then we get into her ability. This thing here, read this. While active, grants immunity to tracking from Johnny and the cook, while greatly reducing stamina consumed from running, right? That's all. That's all it does. And that's the only benefit that part has. Forget the Johnny and the Cook garbage. First of all, that doesn't even factor because her ability comes back a lot slower than Cook's. Cook can spam you like forever. He can spam you at least 4 times, right? Like I'm kidding you. Like I'm not kidding you. You'll get the alert that says the Cook heard you, the Cook heard you, the Cook, and literally back to back. Like you'll get the second notification for the first one even disappear off your screen. Her ability does not come back quick enough to matter against that, right? That it's garbage. You can use it, and all it does is like, yeah, not being able to be tracked by Johnny and Cook for a set time is good. But the thing is, and here's another problem with it: if the Cook has already heard you and you get the alert, or if Johnny is tracking you and you already got the alert that Johnny's tracking you, and you use your ability, then it won't work. They've already tracked you. Johnny's already tracking you. Cook has already heard you. So for that to work, you have to use her ability preemptively, assuming that they're going to do it. Which against Cook, it'll never work. You can try against him, and he'll hear you. But once it runs out, you're free game. Because his ability recharges extremely fast. I think Cook's ability comes back faster than anybody in the game. Because he can spam you. So it's useless there. And if Johnny's tracking you, I mean, yeah, I can help you against Johnny a little bit, but, you know, that's about, I mean, if he's already tracking you, you're kind of screwed. The only important benefit of this ability is the part where you reduce stamina. And that kind of came in clutch in the video where the hitchhiker was hiding at the gas station exit when I picked the lock and was running. I would have actually died if I didn't use their ability. I was running, I popped the ability, my stamina was reduced on 1 bar, and I was just barely able to escape because I reduced her stamina drain. That's the main benefit of that ability, but even then, it's not really worth it. It's her ability sucks. Like that's the problem. Like, how has she really helped the team at all? Like, she's just there at all. Like, Connie's getting stuff done, Leland's protecting the team, Anna's being a tank, getting in the way of the killer, Leland's providing, Sonny's providing information. What's she doing? Hiding? Doing a terrible job at that. Like, I think, without a shadow of a doubt, Julie is the worst character. I think people pick her because they think stealth is a good thing, they don't want to be found, but no. That's actually useless. It's a lot better to do stuff and be a benefit to the team. Because teamwork is the only way of getting out. You can play solo, but you'll probably die more than escaping. Teamwork makes the dream work of this game. Like, that's the thing. Teamwork is important. And when everybody's playing their characters effectively, at least these 4, you actually will find that you have a fighting chance of getting out. It's only hard because the family rolls a lot easier. Victims definitely have to fight a lot harder to get out. But it is very possible, and everybody's putting their heads together as victim. It is very possible to escape. It's not impossible. But Julie, she just doesn't have the teamwork spirit, man. And she just sucks. Like, if I'm gonna be on my own, I'd rather play Anna. Like, straight up. Like, Julie sucks. She needs a buff. Maybe in a meta where stealth is important, she can be useful, but nah, she's bad. Okay, and with that out of the way, we're getting into the family now, because I do have a general idea of who's the best, who's the worst. We're gonna start off with the best because this one ain't in order. I don't think anybody's denying that Sissy is the best family member of the game. Without question. I don't think anybody's denying that. If you are, you've been snorting too much of that poison she's putting out in the air. Alright, she is literally the best. I don't know why people are asking for her to be buffed. She definitely doesn't. If anything, she needs a nerf, and I believe she will be getting nerfed. So, first of all, Sissy is the only family member that you really can't hear. Usually when a family member is near you, your screen will go yellow to let you know that they're there. You don't get that with Sissy. She's silent. For one, she's silent. She's also one of the few family members that can crawl under crawl spaces and crawl through crevices. So if you try to outrun her by crawling under stuff or squeezing through cracks in the wall, she can get through there. So she's not going to be able to give chase. She can keep pursuit of you. Like, she can keep pursuit. She's not losing you easily. Her poison has a multitude of effects. Oh my god, like, she can drain your stamina quicker. She can invert your button. She can hit you with something that makes you generate loud noise. And she can poison the objectives Like, she can poison, I think, poison health. I think she can poison a generator. She can poison, I think, lockpick. She can poison a lot of stuff, so you're gonna get hit by it anyway. And on top of that, like, she is like really good at harvesting blood. All these sissies do is run bleed builds, harvest a lot of blood, fuel Grandpa, and he's level 5 in no time. She is quite literally able to do too many things very well. Like, you can't hear her. She can hide in hiding spots. The poison is stupid. The poison has a lot of effects. She can poison a lot of things. She can chase you. She can fit through things that every survivor can. It's the only thing she can't do. No killer can do this. They can't vault the little tables with the barbed wires, but that's it. Everywhere else is free game. She can chase you. And her poison, for some dumb reason, it can go through walls. Like, I was literally playing against Sissy, slammed the door on her. Like, it was a door out of the basement, the blue one where you like slam it, it makes a lot of noise. Slammed that on her. She literally spewed poison through the door and it hit me. There was literally a point where I was in a room, right, in the house. She was outside. She spewed poison through the wall and hit me. And not only that, but she can swing forever. She only has 10 savagery, but for some reason, with the bleed build, she can down you in 4 hits. Like, why? Yeah, she's definitely the best. Like, it's hard to shake her off. She had the stealth factor, and the poison is just dumb. Like, she needs nerfs. Poison should not be able to go through walls. That's like literally, I think that's logical. She shouldn't be able to poison you through walls. That's stupid. Okay, let's start there. The other nerfs, I honestly, like, she has 10 savagery. There's no way that because you buff her through her web, she should be actually doing a lot of damage. Like, damage, she's like, I'm struggling. Sometimes I struggle if I'm playing against a Sissy or if I'm playing against a Johnny. like Johnny's the hard hitter. Okay? Why is she doing what he does and with 10 savagery? No, make it to where she actually has to just harvest blood. She shouldn't be killing me by hitting me. Like, she can already chase me. All right, it's like she's like Johnny if he could squeeze through things. You know what I mean? Like, everybody's fighting Sissy. There's literally been lobbies where people won't play Leatherface, they won't get a match because everybody wants to be Sissy. Like, she literally better than everybody by far. Like, this is not a question, and she needs a nerf. All right, anybody saying that she needs a buff is actually ridiculous. Okay, like, you already have power. All right, enjoy what you can before she gets nerfed, because she will get nerfed. This is actually ridiculous. Okay, she wasn't meant to be out there killing people like that. Like, at all. Like, it's insane. Like, she's excelling at too many things. Like, she's stepping on Johnny. She's already stepping on Johnny and Leatherface's territory. She's doing what they do better. Like, she's doing Hitchhiker's job better. The only thing she ain't doing better is cook, because she can't get information. But these three, they might as well not exist when she's on a team. Like, come on, man. It's stupid. It's dumb. like, I don't even know there's an optimal way to play it. You can do everything. Obviously, poison stuff up, sneak up on people, harvest blood. It's the way she was supposed to be intended to be played. And this is what I honestly believe. She was supposed to be able to sneak up on people, get a couple hits, right? Hit and run, kind of. Hit people, but not kill them. Hit them, get a bunch of blood, fill the vial up, and then go fuel Grandpa. Find somebody else, sneak up on them, get a couple hits, run back, fuel Grandpa, level him up. It's literally her blood harvesting, right? That's her highest stat. That's what she was meant to do. She wasn't supposed to be actually killing people and giving chase and doing dumb stuff like she does. No way. No, you cannot convince me otherwise. Right? No. All right? She needs a nerf. But she's the best. Nobody's denying that. I know nobody's denying that. And if you are, okay. I guess. More power to you. Now for the second best fan member. That... it's Hitchhiker. Without question. He does the same thing Sissy can do, where he is the only other family member who can crawl under crawl spaces and crawl through crevices in the wall. So wherever survivors can go, he can go. He can give chase. It's hard to shake him off. He does a bit more damage than Sissy, but he still hurts like her. You know what I mean? Like, it's getting chased by Hitchhiker sucks. But he also has the ability to set traps. Yeah, and those traps suck. There's been hitchhikers who will literally trap the stairs of the basement exits. So where if you unlock a door and run up and you see a trap, you have to run right back down into the basement because you can't go there, or you need to get a bone pick to disable them, right? Or some who just run up trying to escape Leatherface. Like imagine Leatherface is coming, you barely get the door open, you run upstairs and then boom, caught by a snare that you put there, caught by a bear trap. It's he can give chase and also provide a lockdown. He traps up. They're really good at trapping up objectives. They can trap up the main exits. Like, there's been one where I've climbed with the ladder to get out through the garden way of the basement, and then I've climbed the ladder right into a trap. Yeah, he can be very versatile. He can trap up the house pretty good. A lot of hitchhikers that play against trap up the main exit out of the family house that leads to the row where you run downstairs to the generator. Like, run across the path to get out. He can trap the door. Yep, I've seen a hitchhiker trap the window you jump out of. They trap the basements. I've seen hitchhikers triple trap one objective, which I think is actually not optimal. But they do that. And the thing is, the traps are sneaky. Like, you just don't expect them to be there. So, yeah, he's pretty annoying. He's chasing you. It's hard to lose him. Then you got to worry about the traps. It's pretty dangerous. I think he's in a solid spot at all. Like, I definitely think the second best. I think he's definitely worthy of that. This might be a little bit controversial, but the reason he's second again, and this is not entertaining, by the way. He's not. It's not like you can swap him and Sissy. No, Sissy holds that number one spot, following her own. Hitchhiker is definitely second. Again, it's because of his lethality, his ability to give chase. It's hard to lose him, and the traps, dude. Like locking up objectives. Like, imagine getting out of the basement with 2 lockpicks to try to pick 2 doors just to find out that the objective you're trying to escape is trapped. You know what I mean? Then instead of getting a 2 lockpicks, you got to get a bone pick and a lockpick now. You know, just because the trap is there, you have to go right back down to the basement or find a pile of bones just to disable it. He like forces you to drop items or get items you don't want, like a bone pick, just to disable his trap. And then if you use it on a trap, you don't have it for a family member or a scuffle. Yeah, he's second without question. I believe no. But yeah, you get the idea. He's annoying. Nobody's denying that. I think the scariest team to play against is the Leatherface, Sissy, and a hitchhiker. Or, even better, when I get into my third best killer, that is the cook. Cook is definitely third, right? And this is the scariest team. Leatherface, Sissy, Cook. That is the scariest team you can play against. And before you guys say it, because I know a lot of people are underestimating Cook heavy, you guys think he's the worst killer. He's not at all. So what you don't understand about Cook is he's not supposed to be giving chase. Cook ain't even really supposed to leave the house. That ain't his job. Cook's supposed to be locking up the house. He's supposed to be locking up the escapes. The family door, like in a family house map, where you go out the front door and run down the path to get out, that door should be padlocked. He has the ability, he has 2 abilities, I believe. He has the ability to hear people. So his ability lets him scan the map with his ear. When he zeroes in on somebody, it shows their outline in red, so you can see exactly where they are and where they're running to. Now, only Cook can see it. The family can't see it. But he can track people easily. And that ability has barely any cooldown. He can spam you. Like, if he finds you, he finds you. Like, he's not losing you. At all. And all it takes for you to die at that point is just for him to say, hey, they're in the basement. Hey, they're inside. Hey, they're upstairs. Hey, they're outside. Sissy, go get them. Hey, Johnny, go track them. Go get them. They're right there. Right? That's scary. In the hands of a good team, you're... listen, if there's a good cook on the team and the other team is playing their role right, you're probably not getting out. Or you are going to have to try extremely hard with your team and have the best kind of teamwork to get out against this guy. It's not good, right? Cook's supposed to hold down the house. He locks up the most important doors that get out of the house. He locks them up. So like the back door, the front door, and the third lock could be for whatever you think is most important. He can even lock the back door escape or the front door gate that leads out. He can lock those in there to get 2 picks for it. He makes it harder for you to get out of the house. And all he does is hold down the house, right? If people start coming out of the basement trying to run out the front door and it's locked, he's getting his hits in, he's getting his swings in. He's going to force you to jump out of the window if you want to get out. If I'm Cook, I'm guarding the front door, I'm guarding the back door. I'm guarding them. They won't even get the lockpick on me. I'm staying there. And if they dive out the window, I'm tracking them and I'm saying, hey, they're over there. Get on comms. You do have to have comms to realize Cook's full potential, but yeah, just the call outs, and now like Hitchhiker or Leatherface can sandwich them because they know where they are at all times. Or if you're the last survivor left and they're having a hard time finding you, not with Cook. Hey, I just found them. They're hiding in the basement. Go get them. Okay, they're going upstairs now. I'm gonna cut off that exit. All right, here they are. I hit them, and now they're dead. That's how you play Cook. That information is dummy important. Just like I said, it's important on Sonny. It's just as important on Cook. I've seen too many matches where people as Cook are running outside trying to chase people. That's no, not at all. Now, I can see you going outside if you're on the last survivor and they got him trapped outside. You want to secure the kill, sure. But when there's multiple people, keep the house locked up. Keep giving information. It's a lot scarier for people to keep fighting because Cook's giving information rather than like being chased by a Cook. Like Cook chasing is not a bad idea. Now, he can get a couple hits in, sure, but no. The main way Cook gets his kills is if people like on the outside are chasing him back in the house, and because you're guarding the house, they run into you, you get killed then, yeah. But you make it hard for people to get out of the house, and you keep giving your team information. That's how you play Cook. If you need to move downstairs to make sure they die, do that too. But at the beginning of the game, no, you're locking up that house. And you move accordingly. If your family has people like the last survivor locked down in the backyard, then you go out there. Or if they lose them, you go back inside and track them. You know what I mean? That's how you got to play Cook. The information is key. And that, in the hands of a good team, is scary. And I think people are undervaluing him. I don't think anyone's undervaluing him. I think I need to take a little more time to learn how to play with him. His endurance is bad because he's not supposed to give me chase. If he could give information, if he could spam information and actually have endurance to chase you, he'd be broken. He'd be broken. Now, the Cook is the first killer on the list who can't fit through crawl spaces or the crevices in the wall because he's not supposed to. Again, that would be way too strong on him. He's just the information guy who's supposed to lock up the house and guard the house. And when you can't find them or they're out of the house, that's when you use your ability to keep tracking people. That's how you play Cook. And please stop undervaluing him, all right? I'm telling you, a good Cook is a nightmare. Some of the hardest teams I've ever played against have had good Cooks. I've literally died because, like, when it comes to being the last one and the Cook's there, it's no hiding. You're dead. Leatherface or Hitchhiker or Sissy will be over there because of him. If you think you're getting a sneaky back exit escape, you're not. Cook surged you, and now they're on their way. It's not really possible. The only one who can do something about that is Julie. But again, she's still terrible because her ability to hide herself from Johnny and the Cook is so slow to come back, whereas literally Cook can spam you with his ability. He can spam it. His ability comes back way faster than hers does, so it doesn't even matter. And like I said, once you're spotted by him, you're spotted. So then we get into our fourth killer, our family member, and that's Johnny. Johnny, I think a lot of people like him. He is the 4th best survivor. Now he's got the 2nd highest, actually the 3rd highest savagery rate, outside of Cook and Leatherface, and that's fine, okay, that's cool. But with builds, he can definitely hit really hard, right? Johnny hurts when he hits you. Now, Johnny's ability is that he can track people. So, basically, in those situations where you're chasing somebody, hitting them when they jump down a well, or they dive out the window, or you lose them, or if you're chasing somebody and you lose them, use his ability, He'll start tracking them. You'll see yellow footprints appear across the map, but eventually it'll lead him to you. Now, the reason I think, like, first of all, I value the Cook's ability a lot more than Johnny's is because, first of all, Johnny's has a longer cooldown than the Cook's. Cook can literally spam it. Johnny can't. Now, Johnny can give chase, and when Johnny hits you, it hurts really bad. Like, really bad. Like, he hurts hard. But, the problem with that ability is, while it gives you a general idea of where they went, you don't know for sure. Like, when Cook finds you, he's getting an outline, he knows exactly where you're running. Johnny can only follow the footprints. And if the person keeps running, eventually his power will run out and he won't track him. Like, if the only way he's going to get you is if you hide in a hiding spot, because he can know if you're in a hiding spot. If you're in a hiding spot and he pulls you out, you're dead. Or, if he's tracking you and you get the alert for it and you're just standing still, he's going to find you. Like, as long as you're moving, Johnny's tracking won't even matter. There's going to be points where his footprints will track. They'll track into like a crevice in the wall or something like that. And it's like, it doesn't matter because he can't go there. You have to go like a long way around. They can just squeeze through a bunch of stuff. It's easy to shake him off with his ability. Right, so you had a really hard time. Like, Johnny relies a lot on the family. It might be weird. I think Johnny's, he might need a little more love, right? I think he's okay. I think he's a solid killer. 100%. He definitely hurts when he gets you. Like if, and he's really good at being a bodyguard, at like guarding the eggs and stuff. If Cook has something like double padlocked, or if something's locked and trying to pick it, and Johnny's like guarding an objective, yeah, if I'm running for an exit and it's open, but Johnny's there and I'm low on health, like the last person I want to see guarding an exit is Johnny. You're gonna die, 9 out of 10. Like, he's excellent at guarding stuff, right? Like, if he just patrols outside, right, he can come to base if he needs to, but if he's just outside guarding the generator and stuff like that, yeah, you're in trouble, right? Like, if Cook is going, if Hitchhiker's going to trap the back escape or trap the generators or whatever, or trap the padlocks, or Cook's double locking padlocks like for the backyard and stuff like that, then Johnny's guarding the generators. Johnny can guard the water valve exit if he needs to, right? But he's guarding stuff like the generators and all that. That's like him being a guard, right? Or if the person is just hiding a lot, I guess he can track him too. But him being a guard, like if you're trying to push for the last break, try to take stuff, you're not gonna be able to tank against him. He hurts pretty bad. But yeah, that's basically all I really say about Johnny. It's not really too much fun. You could definitely run a strength build on him. I've literally been like 3-shot by a Johnny. It sucks. Like, he can kill you in 3 hits, whatever, with the proper build. But being able to track people isn't bad. It's just that Cook does it better. Now the benefit to Johnny is that while he can get a general idea of where you went, but sometimes they're not going to find you. He can give chase better than the Cook can. Cook has no chasing power. Johnny does. So yeah, that's basically Johnny. He can track you and also be able to chase you, and he does a lot of damage. Now he can't fit through stuff, like I said, but like if he's guarding an exit, or if he's just constantly tracking people, knowing where they went, then or guarding the generator, then yeah, say good night. You're gonna have to find another way out, or you're gonna die trying to escape. And that brings us to the worst family member, who I think is the worst family member. I don't think anybody will deny this. That is Leatherface. Poor old Leatherface, the mascot. The man who's supposed to be the big boss, the big kahuna, supposed to be the most threatening guy, is the worst family member. For some odd reason, I honestly think Leatherface needs a buff, and I will tell you exactly what he needs. First of all, look into his issues. He always spawns in the basement. Always spawns in the basement. He had the highest savagery rate, as he should. So that means he hits the hardest of the family members. But and he used to be able to one-shot you. So when he gets the full rev on his chainsaw, right, he can, first of all, he starts running really fast. So he can sprint. Like, when he gets the chainsaw fully revved and it's above his head, he can run, right? So that's one thing he can do. He can do like a power rush. And if he hits you like that, you take a lot of damage. Like, I think he definitely hits the hardest of the family. He hits really hard. There are some times you get it right, he can do a one-shot. But another thing he can do is as far as like crawl spaces and doors and the little barrel, like the little tables that people can vault over that family cannot do. Leatherface had the ability to destroy those. He can, like the little crawl spaces, and the other family members can just like shut them and have to reopen them. Leatherface destroys them. You can't use them anymore. He can destroy the doors so they're not there anymore. He can destroy the tables so you can't bolt them no more. He can destroy the doors so you can't stun him anymore. You know, he basically just the only thing he can't destroy is the crawl space, like the little crevices in the wall, but everything else that the spiders use to get out, you can't use it if he's destroying them. And I think the main thing that a Leatherface needs to be doing is definitely destroy those tables. Destroy the tables. Those are a nuisance. Destroy them. If a family member is chasing somebody and they can't get to them because that table's there and there's a crevice in the wall next to it, Leatherface needs to get up there and destroy us, and then be a sandwich, you know. Guard the other side where they can run, corner them, and then they die. That's what you play Leatherface for, right? So definitely be destroying stuff. There's been, there's the scariest Leatherface game I ever had was when I was running from a Leatherface, right? And I had to jump back to the basement. He was down there. When I was running from him, I tried to go to a crawl space, blocked. Turn the next corner, blocked. Table, destroyed. Everything is destroyed and blocked. That is so scary. Like, the only time he's really scary is when there's nothing you could use because he's already destroyed everything, and now you just have to face a wide open Leatherface, and all you have is a door and a crawl space. And then at that point, he just gotta hold you down until he calls a family member down, then you're dead. That could be scary, right? But his main weaknesses is that he doesn't feel lethal enough. You know, if like a sissy or hitchhiker's on you, you're scared because you're scared of sissy because she can poison you and then still kill you, even though she's the weakest, supposed to be the weakest. She can still kill you and poison you and invert control and do a lot of stuff to you. You're scared of hitchhiker because he can chase you and you have to worry about his bear traps. You're scared of Johnny because he hits really hard and he can track you. You're scared of Cookie because he keeps giving information and the family keeps finding you when you try to lockpick and they know where you are now because he heard you. Leatherface? No, like, I'm not really scared of him. If I go through a crack in the wall or shut a door on him, I'm probably good. The only time I'm afraid of him is when I'm wide in the open and everything's destroyed. But even then, I'm probably going to get somewhere in time. Like, I honestly think, here's my ideal buff for Leatherface, right? Like, because the only time Leatherface is actually killed me. And I mean this. The only time he actually gets a kill on me is due to another family member. He struggles to get the job done on his own. If a family member is there and I get sandwiched, then I'm dead. Now, another time Leatherface is scary is when I'm running for an exit and he's guarding it. I am turning around. It's like if I'm being chased by a sissy and a Leatherface is guarding the exit and I got like medium health, I'm probably turning around and taking slashes from the sissy. Just saying. Like, I'd rather deal with her than get one shot by a Leatherface guarding a gate. That's enough, but it's a very big threat. Someone like Johnny, he can guard the generators too and stuff like that. If you have to kick, he's really good at that. But other than that, he's really not frightening. And it really baffles me when people like early on die to him in a basement. You really shouldn't. You have a lot of tables to use, have a lot of crevices to use. You still have full health cell, full stamina. The only way you die to him is if you just aren't getting anywhere, which should be impossible because there's a lot to use in the basement. So, I do think Leatherface needs a buff. He's supposed to be the biggest threat in the family, but he doesn't feel like it. He doesn't hit hard enough. He needs a 50 on his savagery. I don't know why he does it. He needs a max savagery rate. Okay? He needs that. And the biggest, what I want to see implemented on Leatherface, right? Hear me out. As it stands, Leatherface is so underpowered right now. He's so bad that people are bullying him. There's a lot of YouTube videos online where he's getting bullied, similar to what Jason got at the launch of Friday the 13th. He's getting bullied. Leatherface shouldn't be getting bullied. The only way he's not getting, I've seen people slam the door at him constantly and he can't move. The only way he gets away with that is if another family comes down and interrupts people bullying him. People don't dare bully Hitchhiker or Sissy. They wouldn't bully Johnny. Maybe he could bully the cook. But Leatherface gets it bad in the basement. He does. He gets all the bullying. Here's the buff. I think Leatherface needs to get back into the game and actually be meta relevant. Because as it stands, people don't want to play Leatherface so bad that lobbies will literally shut down because people don't want to select him. Why? Because he's trash. He sucks. Okay? Here's how you buff him. And this is a simple buff. Like, couple buffs, right? I said make his damage. His savage rate needs to be 50. He needs to be hurting. I think he should have the ability to one-shot people. Not to mention this, and this is the dumbest thing I think you could have gave to Leatherface. His chainsaw stalls. Why is his weapon the only one in this game that when he does enough swinging with it, it stalls and he has to rev it back up? What? Cook doesn't gotta do that. He don't. CanTreGame doesn't have to do that. Johnny does it. Says he doesn't. Why is his weapon the only one that stops? I get it. It's supposed to be like a mechanical thing, but let's be honest, guys. I don't think for a second. Maybe at the beginning of the game when he revved the chainsaw for like cinematography effects or whatever, and like for nostalgia and to play homage to the movie, sure. But after the first rev, he does not need to rev a chainsaw anymore. I think it's dumb that the chainsaw stalls when he's swinging. No. One rev at the beginning of the game and that's it. After that, his chainsaw needs to be active the whole time. The entire time. No more stalling on his chainsaw. That's so stupid. 2. Increase his damage to 50. So he actually feels like a threat when he's chasing you. And 3. And this is my biggest buff. I want to see this implemented on him. Give Leatherface a rage meter. Just like Jason had on Friday the 13th, Leatherface, I think, deserves a rage meter. When the match goes on long enough, or when he gets hit or stunned long enough, right? Or when he murders somebody, I think his rage meter needs to be filling. Give him a requirement for it. I definitely think when he gets shanked or bullied or hit by a door, his meter fills up. Right? Let me tell you what the rage meter does on Friday the 13th. When Jason gets rage meter, he walks faster, his abilities are stronger, he can't be stunned anymore. The doors that would block him out of the house, they break instantly, he can just walk right through them. Leatherface needs that. Leatherface should be able to just break down doors. Leatherface should just be able to instantly destroy the little the crevices, like the vaults and stuff. I think he needs to be able to just, like, instead of taking time trying to saw down the little crawl spaces in the door, I think he should be able to instantly break those down. He should be able to instantly break the vaults and stuff. I think he needs to be like an actual threat, you know what I mean? Like, I don't think he should be, when he gets rage meter, I think he should not be able to get stunned. That way he won't be bullied anymore. Give him a stun. I think he should move faster. If you're going to give him the stall mechanic, make his chainsaw rev faster. His damage output should be higher. Shouldn't be stunned. Should be able to break things quicker or break him instantly. You know, then he'll feel like, oh my god, it's Leatherface. I'm actually afraid of this guy. And for families, like, oh my god, it's Leatherface. He's such a threat. I like playing him. Let me pick him. Like, I think a rage mechanic fits his character. Like, when he runs the chainsaw, it's above his head and he's running at you like a maniac. Give him a rage meter. I think that's all he needs, really. If you're not going to take the damage buff idea, and God forbid you don't take the not stalling his chainsaw anymore idea, I think that definitely needs to be fixed. But a rage meter would make him so much more threatening. Now, it wouldn't be game breaking because it would take him time to get to it. Obviously, every time he gets stunned or whatever, it'll fill up faster, right? But the longer the game goes on, the higher his rage meter goes, right? You know, like, give him that. Guarantee people will start playing him more. And I think he will finally stop being the worst killer on the game and actually rise to glory. And then Johnny can hold the bottom spot. But yeah, that's my tier list. If I'm looking at it right here, Connie S tier, Leland A tier, Anna A tier, Sonny is B tier. I think that's fine for him. Julie's an F tier. Buff her immediately. Like, her ability needs to have, like, she needs something, right? Like, her ability is so bad, I think it needs like a lesser cooldown. Like, you know what I mean? It needs to be coming back a little quicker than it does. But she sucks. She's useless. Family members. Sissy is S tier ain't good enough for her, but put her in SS tier. If we're being realistic, she's S tier. Hitchhiker is A tier. Cook is A tier. Okay, we know what he says. Johnny is B tier. And Leatherface is just in D tier, alright? Julie's the worst by far. She's in F because she just sucks. Leatherface is above her and vice versa. So that would be my tier list, guys. I hope you enjoyed the video. Let me know if you have some comments or different thoughts about this. Obviously, I'm open up to discussion in the comment section. Let me know, but I think this is fine for the 4th day. And I am looking forward to when they patch this game and change some stuff out. And maybe the tier list can change. I don't mind doing another one. But join my Discord link if you want to start a discussion or even play with me. And please be sure to like, comment, and subscribe because we gained 2 today. I'd love to hit 230 and possibly 300 and then possibly 1,000 and then eventually 1 million. But until next time, guys, I will see you then, and peace out.